African leaders are killing the future of Africa. African leaders are killing the dreams of African youths, are killing the future generation by doing this. I'm making this video while my heart is very sad because I've come across a lot of graduates or a lot of the youths of Africa who they cannot access quality or they can't even access education. And by denying an African youth education, by denying a child of Africa education can cause a lot of damage, not to him only, but to the whole of Africa. We can be going around one thing for centuries and centuries because we lack knowledge. Let's watch this video and then we continue.
Every year, thousands of Kenyan students chase the dream of higher education.
You are the foundation upon which future generations will stand.
But with rising costs and diminishing job prospects, is the dream of a university education turning into a financial nightmare?
After you're done with that university education, which probably doesn't give you any value, you probably leave and you have no job. So you've probably spent like 1 million Kenya shillings and it has gone completely.
The amount of time you have invested in that education, yet you cannot get or secure that job opportunity. It's quite frustrating.
Working so hard, getting a first class honors, no job, I just regret it.
Today, we unpack the real cost of a degree and ask the million-shilling question. Is university education still worth it?
Like I should have been given the money to start something else.
The financial burden of higher education is no secret. From tuition fees to accommodation and daily expenses, pursuing a degree has become one of the largest investments families make today.
The problem started when we started reviewing the model of funding. It was more theoretical than practical. So what the universities did, having ran into financial problems, they saw an opportunity to come out of the financial problems by raising of money through fees.
Let's crunch the numbers. A typical 4-year degree can cost upwards of 1 million shillings, including tuition, accommodation, and other expenses, according to reports by Kenya's Ministry of Education and the University Funding Board. But with the starting salaries averaging between 25,000 to 50,000 shillings, according to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics 2023 Labour Market Survey, repaying this investment could take decades.
We train manpower for the country. We don't train manpower for the individuals. So if that is the understanding, then the cost of engineering degree, the cost of medicine, pharmacy, ICT needs to be relooked at because we are training manpower for the country. We must make it affordable to every qualified Kenyan to train.
And this cost,
like any other countries, can we consider having a tax specifically to support education?
The true cost of a degree isn't just financial. It's in the dashed hopes of families, the frustration of graduates, and the wasted potential of a nation. If education really is the key to success, it's time to demand a system that truly opens doors. We need to ensure that every Kenyan, not just the privileged few, can access it. And
these are kids of Africa. Here is in Kenya where education is very expensive. And when you put education expensive, that means that you don't want them to go to school. And by doing that, you are killing their dreams. You are killing Africa. You are doing away with Africa. You are ruining Africa. You don't want motherland. So education is very expensive. And you may find a lot of youths or a lot of children or parents, they are going extra mile so that to make sure their children are going to school. But after going to school again, they lack opportunities. And when they lack opportunities, they run away from Africa. You see how it connects? Education is very expensive. Two things will happen. Is either your children go to school or does not go to school. When he does not go to school, Africa is ruined. He is ruined. The future is ruined. The future generation is completely ruined. When he goes to school, parents will work hard, go extra mile to get money so that to make ensure this child gets a quality education. But after graduating, two things will happen. It's either he gets a job or he don't get opportunity. When he does not get opportunity, he will run away from Africa. He will go to look for opportunities elsewhere. Now, these brains will not be useful here in Africa. These brains will be useful somewhere else. And thus is killing the future of Africa. Thus killing the future generation. Thus killing the dream of Africa. Thus we are going in one thing. We cannot make Africa great because the minds are not here. Those who are here, they don't have that knowledge. We will live like this for a lot of years. And this thing is being sponsored by African leaders. It's being sponsored by the presidents of African countries. Yes, the white supremacy is there. Colonizers are there to make sure that things go as planned. But the one who are executing this mission to kill African youths, to kill the future of Africa, are our own leaders. William Ruto, Ramaphosa, Nigerian President, Yoweri Museveni. We cannot have a brain that can construct a road in Kenya. We cannot have brains that can construct rail in Uganda. We will continue depending on them. Do you see that? And that's how African leaders are killing Africa, are killing the dreams, or killing the next generation of Africa by making education, by making knowledge being so much expensive so that you cannot afford it. And when we are all illiterate, shit happen. What will happen if the children of Africa don't access quality education? What will happen if the children of Africa will not get education? A lot of things can happen. A lot of things can damage. Tell me in the comment section, what do you think? When African youths or when African children, when the children of Africa don't get good education, one thing can happen. Poverty. We will be circulating in poverty. Because without education, children lack the skills and knowledge necessary to access better jobs opportunity, perpetuating the cycle of poverty. Unless you got luck. If you have knowledge, it is not necessary for you just to get the job. You can use that knowledge to create something for you. This can lead to poverty. And these leaders, they want Africans' children, they want Africa to stay like this, to stay poor. And that's why some white professor said that Africa is designed to be poor. And we are asking ourselves, how is it designed? This is one of the ways it is designed. You are children to lack education so that you can perpetuate in a circulation of poverty. Day come, day go, day in, day out. We will just be rolling in poverty because the families will not raise their living standard because, when you don't have education, you get manual job here and there, which you barely make $1 per day, barely make $2 per day. You will just be circulating in poverty. When the children of Africa, they are denied education, future generation will be limited economic growth. A large segment of the population without education reduce the availability of skilled workforce, hindering economic development. There is one white lady who is in Jamaica, said that in Jamaica you cannot get quality people who can do carpentry, who can do tailoring, who can do blah, 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 because that's why a lot of people who are skilled have run away from Jamaica. For them going away from Jamaica, who are skilled, that means that ones who have remained there, they are not so much skilled on that. Because those who are skilled, they have gone to look for greener pastures somewhere else. It's evident. Countries with the low literacy and education rates often experience lower growth and less competitive globally. I don't want to mention countries, but we have an example where Tanzanian leaders, they were saying that Kenya has surpassed Tanzania at far. And I asked why, and they were saying that it's because Kenya is being modernized, there's quality education in Kenya, they are capability of communicating in pure English is a plus to them. Yeah, I understand that when a country lacks more educated people, its growth is very, very slow. Better education comes with better health. We know that. And educated individuals may last in awareness of hygiene, nutrition, and diseases prevention. Because when you lack education, you will not focus on your hygiene. It's something that we have experienced. These leaders wants our future generation to be unemployed, to be uneducated, so that Africa can remain just like this. Social inequalities. By denying education to our youths, it may deepen the social divides, particularly affecting marginalized groups such as girls, rural population, and minority ethnic communities. You understand that? Girls who are denied education are more vulnerable to early marriage, domestic violence, and exploitation. We get that. You understand that? When you deny ladies, when you deny a girl education, most of them are going into early marriages. And when you go into early marriages, this gender-based violence, domestic violence, and exploitation, it will be a story that will not end in you. When we lack education, we will go into political instability, because an educated population are less likely to participate in democratic processes or hold leaders accountable, contributing to political instability. When we lack education, population that is less educated and few are educated, those few will be at the power. And even if they are bad, we cannot hold them accountable. We cannot call them out. We cannot go against them, because we don't know what we are doing. They are the one who knows the best. Population that is more of uneducated people will not make a change. We will have political instability. We will have incompetent leaders. We will have leaders who don't care about you, because you cannot do something to them. That's evident. You see, when the people are participating in democratic ways like protesting, you will get some are being given tokens like a bag of rice, $1, just to keep quiet, because don't call them out. You understand that? That is lack of education. Loss of potential too. Denying education swindles the potential talents and creativity of children who could contribute significantly to society. It's evident that education may hinder future generation. When a generation is denied education, it affects to the next, as uneducated parents may struggle to provide education opportunities to their children. For example, right now, education, as we have said, is very expensive. And when we deny our children education because it's very expensive, that means we will create an educated generation, parents who are not educated. And it will be just a circle after circle after circle. And that's why I said African leaders are collaborating with the supremacy, advocating, are sponsoring the failure of Africa, are sponsoring the failure of future generation. This is why we said the system is designed to be poor. This is how it's designed. You put expensive education so that they cannot afford the education. When they don't afford the education, a lot can happen. We reign to power forever. We lack people to call you out when you are incompetent. We'll be giving them food. When they are given food, they relax. It will cause harm to the next generation. We will live in poverty forever. Think of that. Think of that. When I see I'm taking my child to school, and I never went to university, and I regret that, because it affected me. These things that I'm telling you right now, I have now to go and research. I have to go to read about Africa. I never got an opportunity to get access to that quality education. But I cannot deny education to my kid, because as a Pan-Africanist, I'm giving this child education so that he can open his eyes. She can open her eyes. She can be focused, and she can counterattack each and every situation that comes. It's a design. It's a design. When you are being told Africa was designed to be poor, this is how it was being designed. Tell me what you think on the comment section. What the governments are doing, putting education more expensive, it's bad. And that's why I salute Ibrahim Traore, because he is giving education to everyone. He is spending a lot of time in education, because he knows education will open eyes of future generation. That's why I salute our former president of Kenya, Mwai Kibaki, where education was free. And children too were given money, this help loan, so that they can study. They can access quality education. But this for now, African or in Africa, in these countries, Education is very expensive, and it's that for a reason. Reason is to kill the future. The reason is to make Africa remain poor. Tell me what you think on the comment section. Of course, until next episode, peace be with you.